Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though, we have to do a show about Lisa Marie Presley,
Oh,
Elvis,
absolutely.
Priscilla, what happens to Graceland,
Mm-hmm.
what happened. She was the last connection to Elvis,
Oh, yes.
the
The
last
only
connection.
child.
Yeah, not only that, but Priscilla was married to him, but she's not a Presley.
No,
She's a Presley by marriage.
but he loved her I think he loved her till the day he died.
Absolutely. I
That was
agree
his
with you.
love of his life. No matter how many girlfriends he had, he never remarried.
He had a lot of girlfriends.
Oh, yeah. But he
A
never
lot.
remarried. He never remarried, actually.
No, well,
No.
first of all,
Hmm.
who wants to marry into that lifestyle? Okay, come on.
Speaking of marriage, I'd love to wish my mom and dad a happy 53rd wedding anniversary to Joanna
How's
and
that for
Valerio.
an anniversary, huh?
Yes, 53 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
they put up with each other for that long,
Yeah, actually,
and they
yeah.
still have to deal with you. Oh my God.
Hey, it's not me. It's my younger sister,
Well, God bless Mister and Mrs. Valerio.
and my sister's actually a grandma for the first time too.
Who, Valerie?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she's
that
the
poor
youngest
kid.
one.
You poor lady. I feel sorry for you. Are you ready to do this thing? We're over here jibber
Absolutely.
jabbering. We don't want to
Yes,
go.
let's
We
do it.
have a show to do,
Yep,
tonight. All
yep.
right,
I
let's
had.
go.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. It's 7 p.m. in New York City, 11 a.m. in Australia and New Zealand, and 2 in the afternoon in Singapore. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. Welcome on a Tuesday night. Amelia Pitbull Chapman, as you join me each and every week.
Yes.
Every week I try to get rid of you, and every week you keep coming back. It's Tuesday night, Amelia. What does that mean?
What's the buzz time?
It's What's the Buzz time. It's America's Popcast. What's the Buzz? Tonight, a very, very special episode. Before we get to it, let's talk a little bit and see what Amelia's been up to for the last couple of days. So how you doing, kid?
Doing good. Just being at work. That's all I do, work and come home.
Your poor parents had to put up with your ass for 50 plus years. God bless them. Jeez, whiz, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, I want to give a couple of shout outs tonight.
Hmm.
A couple of shout outs that don't know they're getting it, by the way. I want to shout out the Posted Media on YouTube. Thank you so much. I know we've had a little bit of a tit for tat, but I got to tell you something. I respect the hell out of the fact that you showed my video on your channel because it just got me 48 more subscribers. Not
Yes.
only that, but it got me 300 more views. So I'll take it.
Right?
I appreciate you. You could talk about me all you want, sister. Absolutely. All day long, you could talk about me. The show we did on Aaron Carter was extremely
Yes.
well received.
Absolutely.
Extremely well received. We ended up with, now we have getting close to the 600 subscriber mark. We are right. Oh my God, I didn't forget how many views. But it's some ridiculous
Oh,
number of views.
it keeps growing every day, so it's hard to keep
Yeah,
up.
but the radio feed went nuts.
Wow.
91,480 and
That
some
is
change.
wow.
Yeah.
All I can say is wow.
91,000 people listened that night. It's just to show you what kind of impact Aaron Carter had on
Oh,
music.
yes.
But the bigger picture is the impact that music has on society.
Yes.
Okay. And we're actually going to talk about music tonight.
Yes.
We've actually been doing a couple of shows that tie into each other. Aaron Carter's show was the lead off, what they would call a lead off, into tonight's show and Thursday night show. We're going to do a series of shows, the next couple of shows. You see it on your screen, those of you who listen to the radio. We are doing The Devil in the Music, The Rise of the Rain Man. We're going to talk about who or what the Rain Man is tonight. And as we do, we're going to get into some deep, dark territory that may be disturbing for some younger viewers and listeners. So let me warn everyone now that tonight's show will get a little graphic. You will be dealing tonight with religious elements, satanic elements, demonic elements, and you will see some and hear some videos tonight that will raise more than a couple of eyebrows. This is what you're spending your money on. And as you watch these videos tonight, I want you to keep that in mind. You and your children are spending money on this crap. Okay?
Your hard-earned
Amelia,
money.
tell me what you know about Rain Man.
Your hard-earned money actually is what you're spending your
Absolutely.
money on.
What do you know about Rain Man, Amelia?
From what I did a little bit of research on what you helped me with is this person is somebody that you actually pray to if you want your fame. You give your soul, you give your blood, you give pretty much your life to. And
Yeah,
your contract will be
covers
up.
it. Yeah.
Your contract will be up a certain time, but you don't know when your contract will be up. They will tell you.
Well, that's the thing. That's a very interesting thing to point out because at the beginning, we want everyone to know that everybody we're talking about tonight, and you're going to hear them, and you're going to hear their stories, and we're going to talk about them. Everyone we will talk about tonight made a deal with the devil. A written literal deal with the devil, a contract that is binding by blood, and we're not even making this shit up.
No.
I promise you.
Oh,
You're going to hear, if you don't believe me, then listen to Jay-Z. Then listen to music industry insiders. Listen to he's a rapper. They call him Little something. Forget what they call him.
Little John or something like that.
Yeah, you'll hear him.
Yeah.
You're going to hear him talk tonight.
Right. And they don't never know when their contract will be up because they will not be told when their contract is up.
Well, we already established that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main part of it. But, you know.
Well, no, the main part of it is you don't want to enter into the deal with the devil.
No.
That's the main thing that I want to try and get out there is that you don't want to make a deal with the devil because there is a price to pay.
Yes.
They say that everything has a price.
Yes, it does.
Remember in wrestling, the $1 Million Man?
Oh, yes.
Okay, Ted DiBiase. Everybody's got a price.
Mm-hmm.
He's not kidding.
No.
Okay, everybody's got a price. It's a matter of how high is your price and what are you willing to do to get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off the show doing a little something different. We hardly ever do this, but we're going to start off the show with a video.
Okay.
I want you to watch the video and more than just watch it. I want you to listen to what he says. This is Jay-Z.
Funny, like how I came about being a lyricist is weird because I started out technically, like I used to write all the time, before I start going into the Rain Man thing, So I really started out just being technical, and then I got.
Did you hear him say Rain Man?
Yes.
Did you say he's
right at the beginning?
right at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
I used to write a lot before I got into the Rain Man thing. Can
Mm-hmm.
I explain to you what he's talking about?
Yes.
He prays to the, instead of writing music down like he used to write it,
Mm-hmm.
now he prays to the Rain Man that the Rain Man gives him songs. Okay? He gives him songs. He don't have to write them down anymore. He gets them from the Rain Man. In other words, he's getting his music from a demonic entity. Let's continue to listen to Jay-Z.
Real life experience. So my thing was to tell a story and still, make it rhyme. That became pretty much how I really started. And then I start doing, these different, hidden messages in the music, just
Did you hear what he just said?
Hidden messages in the music.
Hidden messages in the music. He just told you.
Mm-hmm.
He just told you. Okay? Hidden messages in the music. You can't make this up. If they say, well, Angelo, you must be full of shit. It's not me telling you, kids.
Mm-mm.
It's not me telling you. Jay-Z just told you.
just as that replaced, the technical aspect of it. And then it's just, evolved from there. So I think it's very important, to add layers into your music. When people can listen like a year later and say, oh man, I just realized you said such and such and such, so it's like a gift that keeps giving. I don't write lyrics down. I just listen to the track and then just.
Again, you hear what he said. He doesn't write lyrics down.
He
listens to the track and then he just, it's all in his head.
Go in there and I do it.
There you go.
So it's like a mumbling effect. In Rain Man, he was always mumbling all these numbers.
The Rain Man was always mumbling. Did you hear what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to what he's saying.
Mumbling.
Listen to what he's saying. If you don't need me to tell you, listen to him.
Was rattling off these amazing numbers.
Crazy.
He was like, I guess, an idiot savant in the movie Dustin Hoffman. So I guess I'm an idiot savant as well. So I don't suggest that for everyone. For me, it was a natural thing. It just was how my life came about. If I could sit down and write every day, I would do it. That's how I started. I started writing every day, and then, as my life, the schedule of my life changed, my process changed, and why I tell them to write every day is like anything else. It's like practice. Basketball players play basketball their whole life. They practice every day. It only makes sense. You can only get better. The more the repetition. Right. The more you do it, the better you get.
Yep. The more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing it himself. It was given to him basically
That's
on a silver platter.
exactly the point. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the point. He wasn't doing it himself.
No.
You heard what he said. Not once, not 3 times he said this.
Mm-hmm.
3 times he said this. I used to sit down and write. I don't do that anymore. My process changed. Ever since the Rain Man thing. That's what he says, a direct quote. Ever since the Rain Man thing. Okay?
And the numbers that he kept hearing and the mumbling and the numbers, like they had significant to him.
Absolutely it does. In fact, you know what? Let me read you something. This is a very interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I want to read this. I want you to tell me who you think this is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You tell me who you think said this.
Okay.
This is what you wanted your whole life, Marshall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boo. Look at this house. Look at these cars. I'm so nice. Oh, but you didn't know that fame has a price. That you're just now seeing the downside too. Ooh. Lyrics from my darling, which came from the Rain Man. Who do you think is saying these words?
The Rain Man, to whomever he made famous?
But who? True, yes. But my point to you is, who do you think said that?
That I'm not sure.
Eminem.
Really?
It's from Eminem's song called My Darling.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Let me tell everybody who the Rain Man is, okay? I'll give you a little heads up on the Rain Man. According to conspiracy theories, okay, we have to say this because this is a conspiracy show. According to conspiracy theories, the Rain Man is a powerful demon who makes deals with those aspiring to make it big in the music industry. With the noun rain, it is defined as water falling as rain, rainwater, anything watery. According to the theories, rain can also be defined as one who receives abundant blessings from above. They don't always come from above, folks.
No,
Let me just
they
explain something to you. The blessings that you think are coming from God are not coming from God. They're coming from a deeper, darker, more sinister source. That because when God gives you a gift, he gives you a gift freely.
Absolutely, he does.
Okay? But when the Rain Man or the devil give you a gift, they
comes
have
with
a
a
price
price.
attached.
Yes, it does.
It's your soul, it's your money, it's your heart, it's your life, it's your child, it's your blood. It's whatever deal you make,
It's
whatever
what's
dirty deal you
precious
make.
to you. Yep.
So here's the thing. This is actually a unisexual title. It's not described male or female. It's a unisexual title that can be used for both genders. The word umbrella is also synonymous with Rain Man. We're going to explain that tonight. Very important, especially when we talk about Rihanna and Beyonce, because those two are up to their eyeballs in the Rain Man. The word umbrella is derived from the Latin word meaning shadow. Listen to that, Amelia. I'm going to say it again.
Shadow.
The word umbrella comes from the Latin word shadow, or under the influence of. Think about that. Under the influence of paranormal entities such as a ghost.
Yes.
Many cite the Necronomicon, in which the Umbra is where we get the word umbrella from. The Umbra is one of the globes of the Yog-Sothoth. In the Necronomicon, it states that the Yog-Sothoth could bestow great riches on whoever bestows unto him a woman. In other words, give me what I want and I'll give you what you want.
Right.
Here's the important thing that everybody needs to listen to. It's critical. The Rain Man is a prevalent demon that is often alluded to in Rihanna's music video, Umbrella. Imagine that.
Yes.
The song is called Umbrella. I just told you what umbrella meant, right? According to the conspiracy, the music video is that of a woman who was violated by a demon. In other words, she's fucked by a demon.
Yes.
And she gives birth to 6 demonic children. Many believe that the Rain Man enters into the music video when Jay-Z sings, Rain Man is back with a little Miss Sunshine.
Right.
And now, we're going to talk about the rest of that later, but
yes,
it's important that I gave you that little bit of history. Why is it important? Because you're going to see and hear video tonight that demonstrate in living color exactly who the Rain Man is and the power that Rain Man has on entertainers, particularly high-profile entertainers.
Right.
Now, how did you become aware? You told me that you, before the show, you told me that you listened to the music video.
Yes.
So talk to me about how did you become aware of what the video was trying to say?
Well, basically, how to be a celebrity, how you can become famous. Do what she did. Come join her. Basically, she's trying to will you in to be a part of what she does. Is basically he's trying to tell her, come on, have people join me, have people join me basically is what he was trying to get her to do.
Right.
And, I guess with a lot of sacrifices, you have to do that as well. Basically, you're going to be in the music business, but you're going to get me some sacrifices. You're going to get me people as well.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be doing this by a music video. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. And basically, he's telling her what to do. And that's what a part of it. And of course, you're going to give me your soul, and you're going to give me so many souls as well. That's where the 6 people come in.
Let's take a look. You know who Katy Perry is?
Yes.
I have 3 very short but very interesting videos.
And she
from
did the
Katy
Super
Perry.
Bowl.
These were not from the Super Bowl. I want you to watch this, though. Take a look. Here's the first one.
What's going on with Katy Perry? Why is she glitching?
Yes, I know.
Wait for it.
Make even more noise for my band.
Now, those were the first 2. The third one is very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Because she's talking to somebody who's not there. She keeps saying master. She's calling master. At the end of the video, something happens that wasn't planned. Take a look at this. It's remarkable. That wasn't planned. That was not planned. And what we're talking about is Katy Perry mumbling on stage, master, master, I don't feel so well. And she walks around in a daze, looking around. She actually looks like she was drunk or inebriated for a moment.
Yes.
And then she falls to the ground, and a security guard runs out on stage and picks her up and brings her backstage. I've never seen that before, but I thought to myself, this is what your kids are paying money to see.
Oh, yes. Oh, the reason I had brought up the Super Bowl is because she did the Super Bowl one time, and she had all these Illuminati symbols and stuff like that. She was on a lion or an elephant and all these weird things, and people were like, oh my God, really? Are we really seeing this? Why is she doing this? She did symbols with her hands.
Because they're not hiding anymore, Amelia.
No, they're not. And
they're not hiding anymore. You know what? Do they need to? No, they don't.
No. They're really out for
blood.
They're really trying to recruit people actually now.
Yeah.
Before their lives end, basically, is what they're doing. Their lives are about to probably end, and they need to recruit so many people so their lives can continue on this earth. Probably, and to me, that's what I feel that is.
Let's talk a little bit about this. This is, and I gave you, in fairness, I gave Amelia a picture recently of Rihanna, and it's the cover for her Umbrella album. Now,
that was scary. I almost had nightmares about that.
I'm about to tell everybody a little bit here. Now, I want you to, as I'm reading this, I want you to understand why I'm reading this. The Rain Man allegedly enters into the music video through Rihanna's body. Rihanna's body supposedly contorts into a visual representation of a goat-like beast. Now, the picture I showed you was Rihanna.
Yes.
She looks like a ram's head, doesn't it?
Yes, she does.
Okay. So she contorts her body into this goat-like beast within a triangular prison. Many believe that the Rain Man is connected to Baphomet, a demonic entity from occult folklore, though it may also be likely that the Rain Man is a different being entirely while representing a higher power. Now, we often say higher power in reference to God,
Yes.
but remember something. Satan is also a higher power. Okay? In fact, Satan thought he was a higher power than God. That's why he got kicked out of heaven. People need to understand. I told you there's going to be religious implications to tonight's show. The Rain Man is also believed, is also alluded to be several other music artists and even in other forms of the media. Let's talk about that. That's a really interesting statement that Rain Man takes on different forms. And we know that throughout history that evil can take whatever form it wants.
Yes, it can.
It can come in the form of a man, a woman, an animal. We saw it in the Garden of Eden. Evil came in the form of a snake, a serpent. Okay. So, Amelia, give everybody kind of an eyeball view of what we're talking about and the dangers of this kind of infiltration of spirit and entity and demon possession, because that's really what it is. It's demon possession.
Yes, it is.
So tell everybody.
It's a demon possession because basically when you have something like this, like Angela was saying, this is what people are paying to see. You go in, you listen to that, and you hear certain words that keep repeating. And especially with if you're they give you drugs or something like that, that's another way it could be put into that. And when you're on drugs, then of course they get you to a certain point and they're like, okay, that's where we want this person to be, and then they start feeding you things, that they start telling you words, and then they say, okay, we got them right there. So and then they put you in possession, and to where they start taking your soul away from you little by little until they finally have your soul, and then they get you to sign a contract, and then okay, you can be famous now. Let's go to the next person. They get you to sign that, and then you're famous. Okay, now and then you agree to certain things, and then you get what you want, and then you have to do what they're bidding and so forth, and that's how they get you to that other person, like that. So you have to do their bidding for so many people and so forth, like that. And then basically after that, then basically it's basically mind control, and then they steal your soul. And then and then your contract's up for that. But basically you don't want people to take your soul because that soul was not given to you. That's what angers me the most, is the soul was something that
Talk about that. Let's get this
Yeah.
all out here.
Yeah, I mean, because to me, God gave you your soul when you were born. And that is something that's the purest thing that anyone can ever have. And when you decide to give something that's not yours to keep, that is something that angers me the most, because that wasn't yours to give away. That was
Well,
something.
speaking of that, I need to address I disabled the chat. Our chat, thank you very much, you haters. Our chat will now be disabled permanently for every show. Someone is asking for my attorney information. They want to know who. It's the Aaron Carter people. They want to know who vets our information. I am protected by free speech and freedom of the press. Okay. If you want my information, you're not entitled to it and you're not going to get it. Okay.
No.
That's simple. If you have a problem, either go away, don't watch the show, or find somebody else to bug. Because I'm not playing your game and I'm not fucking giving in to you. Let's continue with the Rain Man.
Okay. Yeah. And basically, like I was saying before, you were given your soul when you were
fuck
born.
Aaron Carter. Rest in peace.
Right. Just let him rest in peace, people. Come on, give him a break. Okay. He was probably a part of this, so let him just deal with whatever demons he has or wherever he's at. As I was saying, your soul was given to you at birth by God. Okay. that's something that is not yours to keep. So when you,
They're making me a hater of Aaron Carter. And I don't even know the poor bastard.
what's
He's
going
dead.
on? Are they still bothering you about this?
It's ridiculous. They're on a fucking bandwagon, okay? Here's the deal with the Rain Man. We're going to make it real
Okay.
short and sweet
Yeah.
tonight.
You
Because
know,
I got a lot going on here.
yeah, go ahead, because as I was saying, your soul is yours. Do not give it away. It's not yours to give away. Okay, end of story. Period.
All
Go
right.
on.
What makes him pure evil?
Yeah.
Well, he makes deals with now successful artists in the music industry in order for them to attain success,
Right.
wealth, money, only to torture them psychologically afterwards.
Exactly.
Think about what we just mentioned, Aaron Carter.
Mhm.
Think about how tortured Aaron Carter was.
As a child
Okay.
growing up, I mean, he had no choice but to do that. That was his life.
Exactly. He said it too. I had no choice.
No choice. That's
According to the
exactly what it was.
conspiracy theory in the music video for Rihanna's song Umbrella, the true hidden premise of the music video is that a woman is violated by the demon
Mhm.
and that she gives birth to these, 6 demonic children.
Right. As you were saying earlier.
Implying that the entity may have raped Rihanna in real life as well.
Mhm.
Now that gets really real.
Mhm.
It's implied to force the artist who made deals with him to put up hidden subliminal messages. We just heard Jay-Z say it himself. Hidden messages in his music. Okay? To put hidden subliminal messages about him in the lyrics of their songs or in their videos.
Yes.
How much clearer, how much more in your face do you need that to be? Let me read you some song lyrics.
Right.
You know how I love to do my
yes. And even
here.
when they do
Here's
their
my
award
research,
show.
by the way.
Mhm.
The Aaron Carter people. Here's my fucking research, okay?
Yeah, even when they do their when they go to award shows and they have to sing their songs live, they still have to do them on the award shows even more. And the way they dress, they have to be
Yeah.
told.
I'm going to bring Miss Jeffries onto the show
Hmm.
and let her have a field day with the Aaron Carter people.
Oh yes.
Here is a song from Jamie Foxx.
Hmm.
The song is called. I want to please make sure I get it right. Hold on.
Yes.
Bear with me.
Oh yes. Go ahead.
Bear with me. I want to make sure. I got to give him credit.
Hmm.
This is called Rain Man.
Oh yes.
This is the song Rain Man from Jamie Foxx. Listen to the words. Father, Father, please forgive me, for I know not what I do. I just never had the chance to ever meet you. Therefore, I did not know that I would grow up to be my mother's evil seed and to do these evil deeds. Evil deeds while I plant these evil seeds. Please release me from these demons. This guy's begging for Rain Man to let him go.
So was that mean right there that he was actually, because of his mother was the one that?
Yep. Watch. I never had any of this shit planned, Mom. Please believe me. I don't want to be Satan's spawn. Never got the chance to say I'm sorry. Now look at all the pain I've caused. Dear Santa Claus, why are you not coming this year again? Okay? This is what we're talking about. The Rain Man will give you whatever you want, but he's going to torture the fuck out of you. He's going to make your life miserable. He's absolutely going to make your life miserable. And unfortunately, we see it all the time. These successful entertainers. Look what happened with Twitch recently. Ellen DeGeneres's.
Oh yes, that gentleman
from So You Think You Can, the dancer, Twitch, right? Killed himself. Nobody knows why he's killed himself.
Nobody
knows. He had a beautiful wife, beautiful children, a gorgeous home. He had money in the bank, but he killed himself. Why? Did he make a deal with the devil? Did he make a deal with the devil he couldn't get out of? I should say. That's the question. And that is the question. They make a deal with the devil. They can't get out of the deal.
No.
And they're stuck. and they are forever stuck until their contract runs out.
Till it runs out, and they won't never know when it does.
And you'll never know when your contract runs out.
Like the actress Anne Heche. Did you hear about her when her car caught
I
on
heard all
fire?
about Anne Heche, yeah.
And the video
different
footage.
story altogether.
Yes.
Different story altogether. Not even close to this, Amelia.
No,
not even close.
The video footage, was so unreal, and I just can't get that. And I understand people want to be famous.
Please don't stop, because I'm going to get very angry.
No,
we're not talking about Anne Heche.
No,
we're talking about Rain Man in the music business.
Right.
So am I losing control of this show tonight? Okay?
No, I understand that people want to get famous. I will do the
show myself if I have to.
I understand that people want to get famous with, as far as musicians and stuff like that, but you don't have to give up your soul. There's other ways to do this. There
are better ways to do it.
Pay your dues. Go sing at bars. Go sing. Go sing on the street. Go do what other people are doing. Panhandle. Go do what you got to do. Subways, things like that. That's how people got discovered.
Let's take a look at this, Amelia.
Me, and you don't want to listen to the other OGs in the game. Let's see if you'll listen to what he had to say about the wicked machinations of the music business.
In light of seeing that a rapper from Migos died, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on, okay? I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this. A bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex.
Are you hearing what he's saying?
Yes. That all the black rappers are dying except the record producers.
Exactly. Why? Because they're rich white guys.
Yes.
That's the difference. They're rich white guys.
Period.
The other thing I want to address here while we're at it, there seems to be a disproportionate number of black artists over white artists that are fading out and dying out. And they can't all be rich white artists. No. So I think there's a racial disparity here between black rappers and white rappers. Why are the white rappers not dying? That's a question. If you have an answer, I'd love to hear it.
Right. Well, I think it's because a lot of people actually like a lot of people's black music more than they do white people's music, basically.
Well,
because a lot of the black people have more to say. It's more of, I think the music's more jamming, more.
You know what? I find it hard to disagree with you. I find it hard to disagree. Let's listen to this.
The industry's obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example?
He get drugged. They rape this nigga. They rape this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in a meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting fucked by like 3 niggas. He ain't never been through shit like that. So he like, man.
By the way, I just need to address this. I do not condone the use of the N-word. This is a black man using the N-word. I want to make it very clear to people listening on radio. You're listening to a black rapper talking about people that he works with, people he knows, what goes on in the music business and why people are selling out. He's using the N-word. I am not condoning the use of that word. I don't like that word. You will not hear it ever out of my mouth here. So let's be real clear about it. We're not condoning the use of that word. I don't like that word. You will not hear it ever out of my mouth here. So let's be real clear about it. We're not condoning the use of that word. You will not hear it ever out of my mouth here. So let's be real clear about it. We're not condoning the use of that word. I don't like that word. You will not hear it ever out of my mouth here. So let's be real clear about it. We're not We're not in favor of using that word. Let's continue.
What? Fuck it, I'm just gonna sign. And you're gonna give me money? So rather than get that story put out, he gonna sign that bad contract, which is the 360 deal. He gonna take that advance, which is recuperable anyway. So they gonna give him the money just to take back and own the rights to his shit.
It is the time for a contract to come out. Nigga wanna sign you for 5 years, you like, nah, dog. So you don't wanna sign with us. Nah, not for no nah. Man, pop in the tape.
You hear what he just said?
Mm-hmm.
This is the nuts and bolts.
Mm-hmm.
This is the nuts and bolts of the rap music business. Why young black rappers are selling their soul to the devil for money, for fame, for success. Do you know that the average black rapper lives to be 30 before he dies? Guys like, think about it. Guys like Puff Daddy, guys like Snoop Dogg, they're in their 40s and 50s. You know why? Because they're not who they seem to be.
No.
Okay? People think that Snoop Dogg stays home all day and smokes weed. He does not. He's out making deals every day for his record company.
Yes.
And he's out listening to artists every day. He's not home blowing weed all day. He wouldn't have enough sense. He wouldn't have enough sense to tie his shoelaces if he did that all day.
No.
He survived the music industry because he knows how to play the game.
Yes.
Don't you understand? Listen to what this man's telling you. They're not who they appear to be.
Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You sitting that motherfucker like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what the fuck? That's what happened.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
That's for real.
Yeah.
You just heard it from people in the business.
Yeah.
It gets better. Here's one more.
He made $500 million. They said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid. So we'll offer you 10% of what you made.
Listen to this bullshit.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning. Just listen to what, I can't even fucking believe. I heard this 5-6 times already. I still shake my head. Listen to what he said.
Chappelle, he made $500 million. They said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid. So we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are gonna say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And by the time he got to Ohio, it was so. Devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead.
Wow.
That's for real. Okay? He's talking about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from $26 million. He left it on the table so he could leave with his dignity and his soul and his peace of mind. Oh, and his family, because they were at danger too. Yeah.
If I made somebody $500 million, I'd expect my $500 million.
Watch this.
Britney Spears and Michael Jackson all have in common. Take a look.
You better get ready.
Is a billionaire musician. He knows things and's been places and had conversations that we have not yet experienced. Kanye West is trying to tell us something but can't exactly say it. He has to talk around it, but it makes him look crazy. And it makes it easy for them to push the narrative that he is crazy. Where is the lie?
He was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though. Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, they would have Michael Jackson, or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see.
You hear what they're talking about now?
Yes.
They'll take the most successful people and make them completely crazy. Hey, Mike Messier.
Keep them
Mikey
under their
Messier's
control.
here. Hey, Mikey, how are you, brother? I haven't seen our friend Mike Messier in a
I know,
long
right?
time.
In a long time.
Yeah, Mikey's with us tonight. This is crazy stuff. And what they'll do is, again, the Rain Man, the powers that be in the music industry,
Yeah,
they will lavish you with money, success, power. They'll give you, if you're a guy, they'll give you all the beautiful women you want. If you're a girl, you'll have a string of handsome men. You'll have diamonds and jewelry, the best clothing. What woman doesn't want the best of everything? We all want the best of everything.
Right. But they find your weakness. They find
they find your weakness. And look what happened to poor Britney Spears.
Pills.
She shaved all her hair off. Right?
Yeah.
The same thing happened to poor Aaron Carter. Again, we're talking about that poor bastard.
Yeah.
Shaved all of his head off. He lost his fucking
You
mind.
know, you can see there's not much of her left.
Just like they've done to many others, only for some they've succeeded.
What happened to me, and they took it too far. It was like American History X. Like my head was on the side of the curve, and the exact people that I called out kicked my head. Everybody wants to know what I would do.
Now, let me ask you a question. A lot of people lately been kind of trashing on Kanye West. A lot of people are giving him, kind of the colloquial finger here. I have to tell you that I'm not one of those people. I got to tell you, I think Kanye is on the level. I think he's telling the truth about what happened to him. He's basically been blackballed from the music business. He's been blackballed from television.
Yes.
Nobody will bring him on. He's having to do podcasts, like a lot of podcasts.
To get his word out.
Mike Messier, I like Ice-T too. He's actually really good. His controversy, you're absolutely right. Mike Messier brings up an important point. Back in 1992, Ice-T, who was an actor, rapper, activist, he did a song called Cop Killer. It was not a song about killing cops. Okay, let's just get that straight. It was not a song about killing cops. It was about a guy who killed a cop and what should happen to him. That's the song. It's called Cop Killer. And Ice-T took an absolute bludgeoning from the media, from the public, from the National Rifle Association. The late Charlton Heston was on his ass. He couldn't even fucking believe it. How many people wanted him. But what happened is that they, believe it or not, they don't realize what they did. They made Cop Killer a bigger song than it would have ever been.
Yes, they did.
Nobody would have ever knew about Cop Killer unless somebody thought it was about killing cops. It wasn't. It was about one man who killed a police officer. And Ice-T wrote a song about the piece of shit that killed a cop. It's called Cop Killer. Listen to the lyrics. Print them out. You can't make this stuff up. I promise you. You just can't. Listen to this.
You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation. We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops in the Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. Right, so that just shows you.
What does Kanye West?
All right, where did we hear that before?
That they tried to medicate somebody.
Yeah, where did we hear that before?
Well, a lot of celebrities, they've tried to medicate.
Britney Spears?
Yeah, that was
Dave
her
Chappelle,
favorite thing.
Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley.
Yes. Whitney Houston, everybody.
Aaron Carter. Who else?
Yeah, pretty much every celebrity. Elvis Presley.
Pick one.
Yeah, Lisa Marie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, we just lost her. Poor Lisa Marie Presley.
Yes.
By the way, we will do Amelia and Carrie are going to do a special show dedicated to Lisa Marie Presley, I believe, next week.
Mhm.
That's going to be next Monday. They will do Lisa Marie Presley. So let's talk. Are we making a big deal, Amelia, over a non-issue? Because I happen to think, this is just me though,
I
I
think
happen to think it is a big deal.
it is a big deal because, like you said, we're paying our hard-earned money to see these people in concert or movies and things like that, and all they're doing is giving us subliminal messages to probably join them and to give something, like I said, that's not belong to us. And why should we pay our money to people like that are worshiping something that shouldn't be worshipped?
True.
Basically.
True enough. Yeah.
And I'm not going to be paying my hard-earned money for something like that that's going to be evil, saying, oh, come join me to do this. You want to be
Yeah.
famous? Come do that. No. If I want to be famous, if I want to sing somewhere, I'm going to go to a bar. If I want to go sing karaoke.
Right.
Things
There's
like that.
another thing that's happening too.
Mhm.
Along with selling your soul to the Rain Man and the higher powers, the evil higher powers in the music industry,
Mhm.
there's another thing that's happening. We see it a lot, and I want to show you a little what I'm talking about. It's this symbolism
Yes.
that we hear all about.
When you see this, when you see this, when you see this, when you see this, when you see the checkerboards on the floor, when you see the skull and bones, when you see the signs and symbolism, when you slow down the music, Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled, it's a scene where it's checkerboards. These are all occult.
You hear what he's saying?
Yes, the skull
Listen
and
to
bones.
what he says next. It's what he says next is very important. Listen to him.
Occult, Satanist, symbolic symbols. So what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna tell you why and me personally, I've been in music for a minute, had deals and all that, bro. I don't give a fuck about this shit. But what I know, for me, I study so I know when I see it, so I know what to avoid. Because niggas could be trying to sacrifice your ass and you're not studying. God told us to read and be knowledgeable. So when I see Jay-Z, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You're not no gang member. You got to check.
He's calling out Jay-Z is what he's
Yes,
doing.
he is.
He's calling him out.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up calling him out. Now, I didn't see Jay-Z answering him yet.
No.
None of the videos I pulled even remotely showed Jay-Z responding to this.
No. None of it.
My guess would be that he was told to shut the hell up. Wall floors in your shit. You got skull and bones. What does this mean? Because it's not just there. You look at Cardi B's album cover. It's checkerboard. You look at Dream Doll. Now she's the checkerboard too. Like, I'm not, y'all niggas, let me tell you something. These motherfuckers sell their soul. They practice witchcraft.
What does it mean though?
What it means.
What does the checkerboard mean?
It means mind control. So you got classical conditioning, you got operational conditioning. So what they do is.
And he's absolutely right. When you see a black and white checkerboard or on a floor, on a table, anywhere that's obvious, that's a checkerboard, right? You know what a checkerboard looks like? Whenever you see that, it means mind control. It's the symbol of the MK Ultra. MK Ultra literally meant ultra mind control. Okay? And was started by a guy named Dr. Freeberg, a German doctor. Imagine that, back in the day. And you can't make this stuff up.
You can't, because there's been lots of studies about that.
Absolutely.
They use programming. So
MK Ultra?
Yeah, but it's to push it.
He just validated. You just heard it. MK Ultra. He just said it.
Agenda.
Yes.
Okay.
And he even mentioned the word sacrifice too, because they show you that and you're going to get mind control to sacrifice. Sacrifice. He said that in there.
Yeah. And what else did he say? You tell everybody.
Also, it's a mind control, basically, to sell your soul, and mind control, and to get you crazy, to get you to follow them. And he said a lot.
That's important right there. That's important. You go to a concert now, okay? It used to be you would go to a concert and have fun listening to the music and
Yes.
making friends with people and all that.
Yes.
Now you go to a concert,
Mm-hmm.
and here's what you see:
Mm-hmm.
everybody with their hand up in the air.
Yes.
They all look like a bunch of robots. They're all doing the same thing. Why? Because they're following the subliminal message in the head.
And now, guess what? Too behind, it's all digital. Behind you, the screens, everything that's popping up.
Exactly. It's all a part of a bombardment, a digital bombardment, a mental bombardment of all of this information overload that just seeks into your brain and stays there. Unless you're people like me and Amelia that are woke up and are impervious to this shit, because we are.
Yes.
That kind of stuff doesn't touch us.
And what he just said,
because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
Yes. And he just said, if you're seeing behind you checkerboards, skulls, bones, anything like that, he knows to stay away from that. He knows to go the opposite direction.
Let's take a look at this, Mill. Watch the symbolism. Just watch.
Don't do these signs. They're magical signs. We have no symbols in our religion.
In Ariana Grande's Break Free music video, you can see the seal of Satan.
By the way, in case that looks familiar, that is the seal of Satan. And you see it every day, believe it or not.
Oh, yes.
Where do you see it?
Basically, anywhere like a music video. And also, there was.
Where do you see it every day on the internet? Every single day.
Internet?
How about if I say to you, Amelia, that the seal of Satan is the absolute same symbol used for Google Play?
That's where it was that we saw it. I could not remember.
Remember the show we did on symbols?
Mm-hmm. That's where it was. I just couldn't remember if it was the.
Yeah, watch. Remarkable, watch.
And also the symbol used for Kabbalah.
Why is there so much one-eye symbolism amongst these entertainers? Have you ever seen anybody when you take a picture and he says, hold on. I've never seen any normal person do that. Why do they do this? Because this is their religion. They worship the one-eyed God. Horus is called in Crawley.
Who is the one-eyed God?
The one-eyed God.
I will tell you who the one-eyed God is. The Eye of Horus. Well, what is Horus? Horus was a mythical figure, some say a real figure, but at least a mythical figure that we know of, that was the epitome of your heart and life's desire. Anything you wanted, the Eye of Horus could provide you, provided that you were willing to sacrifice something.
Wow.
And usually it was your child or your wife or your family or everyone you've ever known. Sacrificing for permanent sacrifice for temporary gain. That's what you're talking about. Okay? That's what you're talking about. That people just don't get it. That your fame is fleeting. It's like this much. Okay? Very few people have 40 and 50-year careers. Very few. You're lucky if you have a star today whose career is 10 years.
Right.
Before they burn out or they die or they OD or something crazy happens to them. Why? Because that's the world we live in. Don't you get it?
People should not, why pay that price for a little bit of, like they say, 15 minutes of fame is not worth that.
Watch this, Amelia.
Thing kind of takes over for you. Then Sasha feels.
This is Beyonce talking about demon possession. She's talking about being taken over. Listen to her.
Appears in my posture and the way I speak and everything is different.
So she just explained possession. She said the way that she talks changes and her posture.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago.
She's saying that she has another personality in her that was created only a few months ago, and she literally summons it.
What up? What up, Roman? What up? Roman's revenge is just about taking control. Saying Roman is here to stay.
And we literally promote.
Now, she even gave her inner spirit a name. She called him Roman.
Roman. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Roman is here to stay. Guess what? She's more right than she knows because spirits don't leave.
No.
Especially if they find somebody they want to be with.
This behavior.
Do you hear what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to him.
Literally promote this behavior.
We're promoting this behavior. That's what he said. We're promoting this behavior.
Yeah, once they find a vessel.
Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saved one of the best ones for last. There's an interesting video, and I want you to listen to it. This is Anton LaVey. Now, let me tell you who Anton LaVey is. He founded the Satanic Church. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This man was a devout devil worshiper. He's dead now. Have you ever heard the song Hotel California?
Yes.
It was written about him. Okay? Listen to him.
Levy explaining what the hand signs really mean. Think twice before you imitate your favorite rapper.
Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
Sign of the curse?
Completely different. How does it go? This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign. The two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know? The other one of them's the pox sign. That's three fingers extended.
A pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was...
Oh, yes.
You see?
That symbol that they're all doing, that symbol, he said, was a curse symbol of devils. That's the way they put curses on people. Right? And you've got people at rock concerts, they're all doing it, thinking it's cool.
And that's what I said a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
People go to concerts, they do all this stuff with the arms up in the air and the horns and all,
yes,
and they think it's like cool. That's how these bands are getting inside your children's head. That's how they're getting inside their head. What are they doing? They're getting in their head through the music they listen to.
Influence.
It's called the devil in the music for a reason. They called back in the 1950s, believe it or not. Elvis Presley was called a devil singer in the 50s. Believe it. I can't even make this up.
And all he was doing is shaking his hips. That's it. That's all.
And all he did was shake his hips.
That's it.
Okay. That's all he ever did was shake his hip. And if people back then could see what's happening today, they would think that we, as a society, we have all completely fallen off the rails. We've all lost our minds. We're crazy and need salvation, and they would probably all be right. You know?
Yeah, the saying goes, they'd roll over their graves.
It's not exactly normal. Think about it.
It's dysfunctional.
There they are doing these symbols. You see, and this is...
Here's Anton Levy explaining.
And that's just, when you have the head of the Satanic Church, Anton LaVey, the announcer pronounced it wrong. He said Levy, it's LaVey.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have Anton LaVey showing you what he's doing with all these, like, I can't even fucking do them, okay?
No.
First of all, I don't know how, and then I don't want to either.
I wouldn't want to either.
But here's the other thing. That's not part of my world.
Mm-mm.
It's never been a part of my world. Now, I'm not
And
perfect.
God
God knows
bless
I'm
us
not
on this
perfect.
episode. I'm not a praying person, but God
I'm
bless us on this
certainly not a
episode.
devil worshiper.
Hmm.
You know,
Right?
I curse once in a while. You know, a lot.
Once in a while.
I use the F-bomb freely.
Right. I'm not a praying person, but God bless us on this episode. You'll
Right?
hear me now.
Yeah, exactly. Can you hear me now? Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing, because we're up at 8:00 now.
Hmm.
This is part 1. We will be back Thursday with part 2.
Yes.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Maybe Thursday night we will have Carrie with us, and see if she wants to join us for this conversation. And we are not going to entertain anybody else anymore, and our
Children.
chat is disabled permanently forever now. We will never go to the chat again. So, on behalf, and Amelia, I forgot
Yes.
this. I was getting ready to sign off.
That's
Amelia,
okay.
what's coming up next week?
Yes, you were saying that we were going to be doing some shows that were coming up. We actually going to have, you won't know, but I have a surprise for you on Monday.
On Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the 24th. Well, actually, he doesn't know you're coming. You're going to be on the show, actually. He doesn't know. Actually, it's a surprise for him.
On a Monday?
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, not for me on a Monday, but on a Tuesday, January 24th.
I was going to say it was Monday.
Wait a minute, that's my show.
We don't record on. We don't
That's
do What's
my
the Buzz
show.
on Mondays. We only do
That's
Tuesday and Thursday.
No, that was a surprise for me, actually. But on the 24th, it's a surprise for him. We have Jim Fife on the show.
Okay.
He doesn't know you're going to be here, as far as I know.
Well, then let's not tell him. Then shut
We're
up.
not going to tell him. So if he's watching, and then on the 26th, we're going to be doing a show on the Denver airport.
Yes, the Denver airport, a fascinating place loaded with Illuminati symbolism, New World Order symbolism, satanic symbolism. Yes,
Talking
the
again
Denver
about
airport.
that, yes.
What you're seeing at the Denver airport is this much above the waterline. There's so much below you don't even know about, and we're going to discuss it. It may end up being a two-parter.
Yeah.
If Mike Messier is still with me out here, Mikey, if you're still watching, please let me know. I'd love to have you on the episode about the Denver airport. So if you're listening, hit me up, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what's happening next week. So we got a couple of full weeks coming up.
He says, yeah, hi, okay.
Cool. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate it. I'd like to have Mikey Messier will join us for the Denver airport episode. That's fascinating. Filled with Illuminati symbolism, satanic stuff. We're going to talk about Lucifer, the blue glass horse, completely made out of glass at the
that
Denver
one shocked
airport.
me.
Why would they build a blue horse dedicated to the devil? I have no idea, but we'll find out why. Interesting stuff. On behalf of Mike Messier in the chat, on behalf of Amelia Pitbull, Amelia the Pitbull, one more time, the Pitbull Chapman. I am the Mad Dog, Angelo.
And he got mad today, people. Thanks a lot.
What happened?
And they said he got mad today, people. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Well, you could thank those Aaron Carter people.
Yeah.
I don't look. Here's the deal, you guys. I'm going to address this one time, and I'm done with it. Okay. I'm not going to give anyone our information. I'm not going to tell anybody who vets our information, if it's our attorneys or if it's somebody else. It could be nobody that vets our information. But the point is, I'm not telling you, and you're not going to get it out of me. It's that simple. Okay? The information we got on Aaron Carter came from the internet and people who knew him. And our friend Carrie that was joined us that night. That's it. You want to know? There's the truth, okay? There's the truth. That's where we got our info. Now, if you're happy, have a nice day. Enjoy. Everybody will see you Thursday night for part 2 of The Devil in the Music. Take care, folks. Good night.
Good night.